Okay, now we're moving to the third lab for this week. It's about the EBS, working with EBS or elastic block storage. Later you can view the video first about the storage. In AWS, they got a different type of storage they provide for the consumer, depend on your requirement. For example, if you want storage for operating system, to store operating system, to store databases, be different with storage that you want to store the object file. For example, the movie file, right? The big size of file, they did not suitable for EBS, but they more suitable for S3 object based file. S3 storage in the bucket. So most of the time, your video file, like in the YouTube, they will store in S3. But today, we will try to look at the EBS first, in under the module 7 storage and lab 4. Please click lab 4. So each of the services like storage as well, you need to make it secure so that only specific or authorized user can access specific storage in terms of block storage, in terms of the image or the file that you store in storage. If database, there are also database level, column level, and so on. So you need to ensure the security based on their access control and their requirement. This privilege. Okay, this is the EBS lab. So this is the topic that we will cover. First, you will be able to create Amazon EBS volume, and then you can attach and mount your volume to EC2 instance. Create snapshot of your volume, create volume from your snapshot, and attach and mount the new volume to your EC2 instance if you require. So by default, only 30 minutes required. Can read one by one all the requirement. Okay, this is the first task that you need to create. Before that, we need to start the lab and waiting for resources of the lab are provisioned first. Just wait first. It looks like my resources already provisioned, and then I can use it. So let's start. First, we will create the new EBS volume, elastic block storage. This block, okay, B stands for block storage. So first, we select EC2. EC2 in compute. So you can type EC2. In the left navigation pane, choose instant. And then Amazon EC2 instant name lab already been launched for your lab. That means they already pre-configured, provisioning for us based on our requirement, based on this lab requirement, so that we didn't require to start from scratch. So this is the instant already given for us. So inside the instant, they already have all the specific components. Right. Then the Amazon instant looks similar to US is 1. Should be using US is 1. North Virginia, correct. Okay, no problem. In the left pane, choose volume. You will see an existing volume is being used by Amazon EC2 instant. This volume has size 8 gig only, which make it easy to distinguish from volume you will create next, which will be 1 gig in size. So this one storage, right? Use volume. Here, EBS elastic store volume. So you can see this is the 8 gig RAM, 8 gig not the size of the EBS. Okay, the virtual hard disk. Virtual disk, okay, not USB hard disk. Sometimes they using SSD. If for operating system, normally they will use SSD for better booting time. Then create volume. Choose volume, create volume, create new volume here. Using general purpose SSD, EP2. EP2. You may restrict from creating large volume because we only allow for this lab using 1 gig size of gig, 1 only, not 100, 1 gig. Then availability zone, same with our instant. This one need one, US is 1, okay. Same, US is 1, A. You can choose add tag, the tag name my volume. So, good. Recognize our resources based on the name. So we give the name my volume. Same, okay. Next, just to choose create volume. You can see your my volume here already created, only 1 gig. Now you want to attach the volume to instant. Sometimes for example, in the reality, you have your virtual machine or you have your physical machine with, for example, 100 gig, but you need additional storage. You just buy a new one and put in the PC itself, in the slot available. If server, they got many slot lah. But for laptop, you don't have. But here, virtually, you can add on virtual hard disk based on your requirement for virtual SSD. Okay. So select my volume. In action, choose attach volume. So currently this volume not belong to any instant. Okay. It's created. Created. So see available. This means no attached with others. This one in use already attached to specific instant. Now we want to attach our new volume or new storage. Attach volume. So we need to choose the lab instant, our EC2 instant that already created for us. They name it as lab instant. So lab virtual machine. We already attach it. Note that device name is set to dev SDF. It's like Linux structure lah. Notice also the message display new Linux kernel may rename your device. Okay, all this because the lab instant actually based on the Linux, so they will use Linux version. Device name. Okay. Dev SD SDF. It's really like in your Windows, right? When you attach new USB or new hard disk, then you can see the drive will become DEFG, right? The similar concept in Linux, like they're using this one. When we mount it, they will having the different name for the specific volume. Okay, this one. Okay. Next, attach this volume to the lab instant. So you see the volume state already in use. That means you already attached to specific instant. Next, connect to your Amazon EC2 instant. Now you already attach your volume, then you want to try to connect with our instant. In this time, we will connect to instant using EC2 instant connect, which provide access to terminal in the browser. We didn't use the SSH and so on. We're using the terminal in the browser. So EC2, you go to EC2. We want to use new Windows, new tab. So our instant, that instant, and then choose connect. This one, disconnect. That means we want to connect this from our remote location. So currently we are remote location, not in front of our data center, right? In front of the server, but we are remotely try to connect using or via this platform. On the instant connect tab, choose connect. Instant connect terminalization, open and display this problem. Okay. To instant connect. This one. Click connect lah. So you will be connecting your instant using this command line stage connection. Okay, is your Linux. By default, you're in the home user. This is your Amazon Linux command line interface. So next, we need to check. Okay. To reconnect. Now we want to create and configure your file. In this task, you will add new volume to Linux instance as ext3 file system under mnt data store mount point. Normally this is the mount point for Linux lah. View the storage available on your instance with this command df -h. So this is the available storage you have currently. It's similar, right? The output show that the original 8 gig dev VDA1 volume mounted at this point, which indicate that it's a root volume. This is a root volume is of the operating system of the EC2 instance. This is the main disk or main storage. The 1 gig other volume that you attach to the lab instance is not listed yet because you have not yet created a file system. You just attach, but you didn't mount it. You didn't create specific file system, so it didn't recognize inside the Linux. They just attach first. Those actions are necessary so that Linux operating system can make use of the new storage space. So you need to do this, create extension file. This is the name we given already, right? Def SDF, that's mean the directory. So make file system mkfs. So done. See here, file system already allocate. Then we mount it. Create directory for mounting the new storage. We already create file system. Then try to mount the new storage volume using mnt data store directory, so that all the data should be mount there. Data store in mnt data store. Okay, mount the new volume. You already create the directory, then you mount it so that they can attach to this particular directory. This is how the file system management. Okay. Sudo mount is the command, and then from which which directory to the mount directory. Now to configure the Linux instance to mount to this volume whenever the instance is started, we will need to add line to this file etcfstab. Run the command to commission it. So the configuration file normally for the storage is located in etc through fstab file system tab. So just this one just echo additional part. But you can write manually. You open this file and then you write manually, can be also. But this one simple command, you just echo and add the command there, add the mount point. This is for permanent changes, so that every time you log in, you boot your operating system, this will be used. Then view the configuration setting on the last line. Is it applicable or not? Already applied or already saved? So you see here. One, right? The last one, def SDF already in this particular file. Then we see back the FH to look the additional storage that we attach and mount. Previously, we don't have this one, right? The last one. MNT data store. That means we already attach it and mount it so that we can add on or we can store any data to this particular storage, right? This is how it's work. Basic idea. On your mounted volume, create a file and add some text to it. So we try to create file.txt in our um, data store, the new storage. Okay. So we already created new file just using this. Okay. So we can view back the file to see is it inside or not. Yes, the file is there. Okay. That's the second last part, and then try to create the snapshot. So go back to your volume, select my volume. So select my volume. This is the right add create snapshot. From here, sorry, action. Okay, in action. Oh, this one not here. This is instant. This volume. Okay, my volume, action, create snapshot here. Then attack, name my snapshot. Just simple. Okay, then create snapshot. So in the left pane, choose snapshot. Your snapshot is display pending. That means already created but pending. This one, already snapshot. This one still pending. So we need to change, waiting it until completed. You see, pending, still pending, completed already. So we try to delete back our volume that we already created, the file that we already created. One, remove. Usually we write, then remove. So instead in the snapshot, actually the file is there, but now we want to remove it. Then try to list. Is it still there or not? No, no file.txt. So we already delete or remove. Then try to restore. That means based on the snapshot, we want to restore the one which having the file. Okay. Go to my snapshot, EC2 volume, EC2 console, my snapshot. This one, right? Create volume from snapshot. So, action. Create volume from snapshot. That means we will use this volume to restore back the things. Attack, restore volume. So this is very important for backup and disaster recovery lah. Okay. Same. Name store value. Okay. Then create the volume. Then we attach back the volume into it is to install using this SDG, and then same concept in the previous one, but we are using additional volume here using the different hash. So you so restore volume, you need to go to attach volume, right? But using def SDG, the directory will be different. Attach volume, and then we mount the volume in this part. Okay, same concept, but using different mount directory lah. We believe only data store, but now for data store too. Okay, then mount. Okay, asli. Okay. Can see the file that we are created before already there, because if you are using the snapshot file or the backup file lah, can see. Okay, that's all for your lab. Thank you. Then submit. So it's all for the demo for this EBS. Okay, thank you everyone.